Welcome to Kiss Me, Son of Pod. We're back. We're back in action. Do I remember how I started these podcast episodes? No, I don't remember. Why did I stop? Because I ran out of time and opportunity to do these. And because I quite literally had a listener. A listener. Who's I'm extremely grateful for. It gave me positive feedback. There were other downloads, there were other listens, but as far as I'm concerned, one listener. But you know what? That one listener, they want to hear more. Who am I to say no? You can't ever hear more of this when I now have time and opportunity. But I don't want to go back to the album that I was talking about whenever I last did these. It was the Lincoln album. Listen to the whole album. But we're going to jump ahead. I think I remember how to start this. My name's Chase Roper. This is Kiss Me Son of Pod, a podcast where I talk about every They Might Be Giants song that I wrote about on my Kiss Me Son of Blog newsletter, which is free to subscribe at kissmesonofblog.com. Let's get into it. I'm standing outside my work on a gorgeous Tuesday morning. I'm always here too early. I don't have a key. I have a card for access. I have an alarm code. I'm allowed to be here whenever I want, but I still don't have a key for my Tacoma office. So out here I stand for the next half an hour, which I'll be done with this way before that. We're going to talk about the first track of the album Flood, which is maybe They Might Be Giants' most well-known album, I'd say, to date. It was a brand new album for 1990. The first track is actually called Theme from Flood. So Flood is the first They Might Be Giants album that I owned. It felt like a main quest of the game of my life to obtain this relic. February 1st, 1991, I sat on the floor in my bedroom after school watching Tiny Toons on my TV. It was an episode that many fans around my age recall as the first time they heard John Flansburgh and John Linnell. It was episode 51, called Tiny Toons Music Television, like Tiny Toons MTV. It aired with several animated music videos to popular, well-known songs, plus 2 songs by They Might Be Giants that many had never heard, myself included. And it was love at first listen. I needed to find the source. This music was for me. In those days, my parents took me to the Pierce County Library a lot, where I was fond of searching for musicians in their database and placing requests or holds. This was really helpful when searching for movies to watch. I'd remember the production company. I'd search Universal or Columbia House or whatever. And then there would be tons of movie titles. Easier than just searching for a title or an actor. So I incorrectly heard the band name as The Might Be Giants. And so, to no surprise, my attempts to find any of their work in the public library computer system had failed. You see, if you search The Might Be Giants in Google today, or Bing, or the dog one, it's going to ask, hey, did you mean this? We're pretty sure you meant this based off of the rest of the words. A Pierce County governmental library searching database is, I think it's more Boolean search than algorithm search, and just knows exactly the letters in order that you've searched them. So similarly, my one attempt to find them at the mall record store also came up empty. If I had less social anxiety, I might have asked an employee and learned that I had the band's name wrong. So fast forward to late 1992, whatever grade that was, I'm at a new friend's house. His mom was my 6th grade teacher, and through a series of ridiculous events, we became fast friends. To this day, he is my closest friend. In fact, I'd say he's more like my brother. This person is the best friend who I have referred to in every single post up until this day. So in fact, so we're in his bedroom, and as a fact, we were. I picked up this spiral notebook laying on his bed, and I was reading what was scribbled on it. It was already open. He said it was some lyrics that he'd heard that he liked from a song on the radio. And the station was, that his older sister was into, it was 107.7 The End, was playing this song. And it would end up being a song from the album Flood by They Might Be Giants. So, achievement unlocked. Clock swipe to 7th grade, 1993. I'm taking a shower with 107.7 The End playing in the background. A song comes on with very familiar sounding vocals, but the song is unknown to me. After a block of music, the DJ recounts the tracks and the artists. This is what they did in those days. And I learned that I had just heard a song called Don't Let's Start by They Might Be Giants. And then everything clicked. And by that I mean that I realized I'd been searching for the wrong band name. So at this point in my life, I do not remember purchasing the Flood album at the store, but it did happen. What I remember is unwrapping the cellophane from the cassette, popping it into my Walkman, reading the lyrics and the liner notes for the first time. It felt like I had accomplished this core life quest. It sincerely felt like I had entered the flow state of the universe from the rest of my life forward. The first song on the album, Theme from Flood, needed to match the level of my enthusiasm and joy for finally finding the source of those 2 songs I heard on TV 2 years earlier. This song rose to the occasion, a chorus of singers harmonizing about the musical journey I was about to embark on, an opening piece that gave me goosebumps. It was as if this choir knew the journey it took for me to get to this album. The lyrics go, "Why is the world in love again? Why are we marching hand in hand? Why are the ocean levels rising up? It's a brand new record for 1990. They Might Be Giants, brand new album, Flood." Let's listen to it. You probably could just listen to it and have to read all the lyrics.
Why is the world in love again? Why are we marching hand in hand? Why are the ocean levels rising up? It's a brand new record for 1990. They might be giants, brand new album, Flood.
So this album had been out since 1990 and is a brand new one. This had to mean that this was not the first, that there were others out there, and my best friend and I needed to find all of what came out since and possibly shortly after. I don't intentionally add this song to my playlists, but I don't ever skip it. For me, this song brings me back to that day when I discovered my favorite band. I had no idea then the kind of major life events that I would turn to this music and this specific cassette for support. Knowing these things now, I hear Theme from Flood, and I quickly recount those moments. Moments that I'll be writing and talking about over the course of the next several weeks. And that's our episode. Stay tuned next week for when I restart this voice app while I'm still standing outside and read to the next one, except I'll be slightly colder as it is now windy and the cloud has covered the sun. So an eerie start. Thanks for listening. Kiss me, son of pod. Like, subscribe, smash something, and you can listen. You can read that. I was doing so good, but it turns out I forgot how to end these. Goodbye.